Hi, this is Wes from W Farmstead. Today what I'm doing is I'm going to, there's about 5 acres plus or minus that's over across the creek that I'm going to take and get some brush hogging done on. We should have done it before now, but you know how it is. You get real busy doing stuff and it never happens. But I wanted to show you that with the brush hog I'm going to be using here is the Land Pride RCR 1860 on the Ford New Holland 1920, okay? And then here's the RCR 1248. That's the one that goes on the B2601. But what I wanted to show is whenever I store these, as you can tell right here, and I'm gonna have to rewrap this, but what I do is I put a tarp around this and pull out the end of the PTO and store the PTO end inside the pole barn in there. So what I did was this one I pulled off the cover, which you can see is right over here, and I went on and put the PTO end in, and I've already greased it and make sure that it's greased and everything's ready to go. So, but I'm getting ready to hook up this tractor to it, and I wanted to show you these Pat's Quick Connect. Okay, what I've got, this right here goes in between these Quick Connects. It's a distancer, and what I have it set for is for a set distance that seems to work when I hook it onto the box play, when I hook it into the rotary cutter and everything else. So I've got that in there. This is just temporary until I get it hooked up, that I have it in here. So I wanted to show you these. The pins are up, okay, and I wanted to show you how easy it makes it to hook up to some of these. Now it's kind of off a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit of trial and error, but Tanya should be able to get a picture back here of when I'm trying to hook up in real time at how long it takes. But it makes it so much easier rather than kicking around a brush hog or trying to move it to line up your 3-point links and everything. It does make it a lot easier. So let's go on and hook it up in a hurry. If you notice, one thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come in underneath it with that bar to lift up the PTO shaft so I can get it on there. So it's going to be kind of tricky. Okay. Okay, so that was real time, how easy it is to hook up, basically. So you just take and lift up these tabs and let it go down, and then this locks back over. Tanya can show you right here. Lift up this tab, pull this out. There we go. And then this goes back over and locks it in. Then we got our upper 3-point. All right. So that's real time. It's pretty easy. The only other thing I need to do here is, like I said, this this bar that keeps it the distance, it gets in the way of the PTO, so you can't use it. So what I have to do is I have to pull up the PTO and then pull the bar out. Okay, so that appears to be on and good. So here in a minute, what I'll do is I'll pull around and pull into the garage or into the pole barn over there. What I have to do is I have to set this up so that if you look at this as level, this is kind of down a little bit, just a hair, so it takes and throws all your material out the back rather than coming out forward. Okay? So let me go on and pull into the pole barn. Okay. Now this is not where it's going to be, but I was looking for something I don't have down here. I don't have the level down here, so we'll have to do it by eye. But come here, Tanya. Here, get up into here. Down here. Okay, so here's the PTO, or the 3-point adjustment up and down. Here is the stop. Okay, so what I got to do is I've got to get the back to where it's slanted a little bit back, you know, towards the back, so that the debris will go out the back. Okay, so I'm just kind of watching. And I'm looking, that's close, it's almost level, but there we go. So it's slanted a little bit forward, so that way it takes and pushes everything out the back. Okay, now what I do now is you saw that little adjustment. I don't know if Tanya can possibly show you, but here it is right here. I take it up to the lever and I take and tie it down. Okay, that way every time when I lift it up and then bring it down, it comes down to the same height all the time. Okay, now there is a couple things I want to do. I'm lifting up, so watch out, Tanya. Always do that. Tail. Boy, it's cold. You can tell. There it goes. Had a little bit come out. And just spin it around. And then I do the tire, or the rear wheel, once I get it to a point I can get it in there. There we go. All right. Okay. So that's it. We're ready to go over and start brush hogging then. So now remember, this is the way I do it. Are there probably other ways to do things like this? Yeah, there's thousands of ways to do it. You do you, okay? Okay, so we are going to be cutting this field down here, which if Tanya would come up here, she could show you. But she can stand right over in here. And in which she can show you the field goes way down that way. And like I said, all of this, it's about 5 acres is what it is. So we've got this field here, and then if you turn around, you got places to go up into here, and then you got over there below the house that we're gonna do all over in there and stuff. So this is what we're gonna start working on, okay? Careful, okay? Stuff flying out. So that was the first round going around, and I didn't realize we had that many trees down along the side. We got a big one over here we're gonna have to do, Tanya, that I just saw. So usually your first time around's the worst. you got a lot of back and forth, a lot of kind of trimming around the sides and everything, pushing stuff out of the way. And once you get out a little bit, then you can start really cruising and getting some grass cut. So, but that was the first time around, so let's get back after it and get it done. Okay, so we got this part over here done. I think that's all we're going to show you. I'll work on the rest of this coming down, you know. I may not do it all today because today's Saturday and there's a lot of football games going on, and I want to enjoy some football while there's still a little bit of football left. So, but all we did was we wanted to get this knocked down, and what we're going to do here is eventually, sometime coming up here, we're going to bring the new mowers out here. We'll clean up a little bit, especially over on the other side below the house. Over there below the house, we've got to clean up and stuff, but once we get all that stuff cleaned up, then we can bring the mowers down here and cut all this down, and we'll start mowing it this year again. So but like I said, this is about maybe, well, all of this may be 5 acres total. This is about 3.5, right around in here, this area that I just did. And so I love brush hogging, man. It's kind of like mowing. It's your alone time where everybody leaves you alone and you can sit there and think about things and everything else. But well, I'll tell you what, when this comes out, we'll want to say wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and y'all have a good one. We'll catch you later.